I wasn't gonna film until tomorrow, but I just finished Twilight. So I wrote all my notes for that, and then I was like, I should read 50 Shades of Grey next because I want to do a video review of that. And I felt like it'd be good to look source material to fanfic, which is what it is. And I'm just really upset. I'm not even that far in yet. I'm using Libby because I would never pay money for this, but I'm only at 14%, and honestly I'm already pretty upset. So I wanted to capture this angry energy while it was still present in me and tell you everything I have to say as I'm reading right now. Then I will finish this video whenever I finish this book, which it's, Jesus. I mean, something that like makes me upset is this is I'll talk about this in my Twilight video, which I don't know when this is going up. I'll link the Twilight video below. I actually really like Twilight, like, a lot. Katie has a whole video about how, like, this idea of us having to dislike Twilight comes from this inherent idea that teenage girls and their interests are inherently, like, stupid or not as valuable as other things. So I won't get into validating my like for Twilight, but I think it's a pretty good book, and I'm Team Edward all the way. I think he's pretty cool, actually. I don't see a lot of problems with him. Especially as a teenager, although relative. I mean, he's not, I'm getting on a tangent here, but I like Edward, and I feel like 50 Shades of Grey is really doing him pretty dirty. So, we're gonna have a quick chat, and then whenever I finish the rest of this book, I will tell you the rest of the stuff, but, so. We open this book. This is just, it's bad writing. I mean, that's what really makes me angry, is that it's bad writing. So it opens. I took so many screenshots of this shit. I was like, not today, son. Also, factoring into this, is I'm asexual. I have a whole video about that. I'm asexual. Sex doesn't, no, I don't do it. I don't. So I'm coming at this not as like examining an erotica, but I wanted to look at it from a literary standpoint, and I'm really disappointed. So we open on Anna looking in a mirror at herself, and she's describing her face. This is what is called an info dump. And quite frankly, it is lazy writing. It is basically what you do when you don't, like, know how to fit the details in there, you know? Like, weave them in intricately to a story like one is supposed to. The reason that this makes me so mad is because literally, like, all it takes is, like, 3 seconds of scrolling on the Pinterest writing page, and it's, like, 5 things not to do to introduce your character. And info dump and mirror scenes are the top 2. So, I mean, girl. So, as I said, I'm only 14% in, so I'm going to be focusing on a lot of little details in the first, like, 25 pages. But I don't know when it became a requirement for leading ladies to be clumsy. I personally feel a little cheated. I am myself very clumsy, but as far as I know, it has never won me a suitor in my entire life. And I understand that the whole thing is so that she can tumble and his gentle hands can pick her up, even though we all know that he's gonna whip her later. Oh. So I had this notebook with me, like, as I was reading, and here's a direct quote. Who the fuck calls someone an Adonis in their internal dialogue? Yeah, okay. Just moving right past that. Anyway, so I screenshotted this just because of how bad the writing is. Why does he have such an unnerving effect on me? His overwhelming good looks, maybe? The way his eyes blaze at me? The way he strokes his index finger against his lower lip? I wish he'd stop doing that. I'm frankly furious because something that really... It's like this chick cannot write realistic, like, inner dialogue, like, conversation. It's like she's never heard people talk. It's like she's never like listened to her own stream of consciousness thoughts, because let me tell you, it don't sound like that in your head. It don't. Okay, what got me so upset was, those of you who have already read this book, you know the scene where she gets drunk for the first time, which I know that's clearly because they're trying to make her innocent and like a little dove love thing, but she gets drunk for the first time at 21 in college. And anyways, and then her friend Jose, who has been her friend for 4 years now, tries to rape her outside this fucking bar. I understand that rapes happen, and they happen way too often, and that rapes most frequently happen from people you know, but what makes me upset is this narrative that the soul there. I'm 14% in, and only one other person of color has been mentioned in this book so far, and it's an African American guy who had like 5 words of dialogue in Dr. Gray's office, and then he was gone. So this is our main person of color character, and he is out there attempting rape. I am not a fan of that, you know? I mean, obviously, like, I'm pretty sure E.L. James is a white woman, but I still feel something we talk about a lot in English literature is this idea of the burden of representation, how there is very little like narrative out there, positive narrative for certain like groups of people, like gay people, people of color. So you feel like anything that features those groups has to be perfect. I'm not even asking for perfect here. I just don't want her to make the only person of color a rapist. That's all I'm asking for here. Girl, oh my god. So I understand that the idea here is that Christian is a danger to Anna, and Bella was in danger from Edward. But Bella was in danger from Edward because Edward was a vampire, and Edward doesn't drink human blood. Edward loved Bella with his whole little jerky little nerdy heart. And Christian, the thing that makes him a danger to Anna is his weird sex craving. Like, it's radically different and something I'm not a fan of. Like, don't know where I'm gonna end up with this book, but before I sign off here, I just wanted to say, I draw a very large issue with E.L. James and how she's transformed this fiction. I don't think I would have the same issues. I would still have a litany of issues if this was not a transformative work, but they wouldn't be the same. My main issues right now, besides the bad writing and the weird interactions and just everything strange about this, is that she's doing Edward pretty dirty. Like, I don't think she really understood, like, his characterization from Stephenie Meyer. I really don't. I think she went in with a perception, God, and, like, some parts are so clearly, like, taken, and obviously, like, that's a part of transformative work, but she takes all the parts that I didn't like and leaves everything that was good behind. This book is horrible. Smut. It's just, like, I thought it would be at least, like, a little bit of romance, even if the romance was, like, fucked up, but it's almost all sex, and I'm disappointed. And every time I think we're gonna find out a little something more about why he's like this, he just gets, like, swept out of the water, and now Mrs. Robinson is his business partner? So, I just am really confused about, first of all, her as, like, where is her self-preservation? If I had a boyfriend and a descriptor I would candidly use to describe him would be stalker, that would not be a lasting relationship. And then the mother clearly sees that he's a stalker, because he freaking shows up in the middle of Georgia in their exact hotel, and she's fine with it. Like, clearly this is where she got her taste in men, but oh my god, where are the boundaries? There's no boundaries in this relationship. It's just so unhealthy. Also, the constant use of the 50 Shades thing. We get it. We get it. It's the title of the book. I understand. You don't have to say it every 3 seconds. Please stop. Okay, I thought this was gonna be like a really well-controlled and it's like literary analysis, but now I'm just really mad, so it's gonna end up, the second half of this video is gonna be vlog style. But if they have sex on this piano, I don't know if I can do it. I'm at 95%. I don't think I'll be able to finish it if they have sex on the piano. It will be the line for me. So, I'll see you in a second. I'm back again. They didn't have sex on the piano, but he hurt her like real bad. And then she was like, no, I'm done, I'm leaving. And I was like, yes, Jesus, I didn't think it'd take this long, but go you go. She leaves the room. Then he follows her in, and she's like, please don't touch me. And he like grabs her and he like takes some Advil. And first of all, E.L. James must have an Advil sponsorship, but anyway. And he's like, please stay. Don't hate me. And she's like, I forgive you. But 12 seconds ago, she wanted to leave. He needs some therapy, like hardcore psychiatry. I mean, whoa. I finished the book. She left. And I'm happy, but I know that there are 2 more books, which means she doesn't really leave. He comes back. Alright, so I have my notebook. I'm just gonna read, like, some of my thoughts. There's this 0 to 100 thing that happens where they're totally fine, not doing any weird stuff, and then it's like, bam! Weird sex all the time. Then, it's like, if your sex is weird enough to need a contract, you need to settle down, just please don't. She uses his toothbrush, and she's overly happy about it. She wanted a Diet Coke, you asswipe. Oh, I remember that part. They went to dinner, and she ordered her, like, a Pinot Grigio, and she's like, I wanted a Diet Coke. And she's like, just get the fucking Diet Coke and walk out of there, Anna, or whatever the hell your name is. And then there's just this constant inner dialogue with her where she's like, do I really want to be controlled like this? And that is your red flag. You have like 17 red flags, or 50 shades of red flags, as you would say it, and you just don't, just go. Anna calls Christian gloriously yummy. No one does that, I don't think. I mean, tell me in the comments, is this just me? Is this just me not grasping it? But I don't think people talk like this. I don't think this is a real thing. Okay, this book is pure smut. It masquerades as a potential romance. The first, 50 pages, I'm like, there's not a lot of sex in here. This is fine. And then once the dam breaks, it fucking breaks. And it's just all sex all the time. I just want Anna to go work at that publishing company and go find a totally different boy that's not Paul Clayton or Jose, and just get some therapy, develop a healthier relationship with her mother, spend more time with her dad. There's just a wealth of psychological issues. I would love to see a psychologist video on 50 Shades of Grey just to analyze what's going on here. In fact, I'm going to look that up right now, so I'm going to go. Comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. I don't normally do this. This is the first time I've ever done something like this on my channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed at least some of this. Bye.